I've got over 1,900 games in my collections across loads of systems, all the way from NES and Master System. But people always ask me, how many have you actually played? And I don't know. So welcome to Have You Even Played It, mate, where I'm working my way through all my different consoles to seeing what percentage I have actually played. Today, from the title you already know, we're going from our N64 collection. It's mine, keep your hands off it. So let's work our way through. I think it's going to be a high percentage because I'm not going for a full collection on my N64. I'm mainly collecting the games that I had as a kid growing up. So I've played them mostly as a kid, and the other games that I'm getting are games that I want to play. So let's work our way through. Firstly, we've got Donkey Kong 64. Now, for me, sorry about that really robotic movement to that spot there. For me, Donkey Kong 64 was really good. People said it was a huge collectathon, too big, but I still probably know the Donkey Kong rap to it. It's just a 3D collectathon. Used the expansion pack. I don't know, I think it was one of the first ones that did, because that's why it had it included with it. This is how I got my expansion pack. Absolutely loved the game. Great game. Can't beat a bit of Lanky Kong. Our second game. Sorry I went quiet there. I forgot these ones. I just do off the fly. I thought I was going to put an edit in, but I wasn't. Anyway, so that's 1 for 1. Next one, F1 Grand Prix. If you want to play this game, it is dirt cheap. They must have made so many copies of it. The people who lived across the road from us, friends that lived across the road, loved F1 games. Used to play this all the time, so I've played loads of this. And this is back when F1 racing first come out, and first came out on this sort of N64, and to me it was like real. It was like playing the actual F1. So 2 for 2. Next one, we're gonna go for FIFA 64. Now, I've played so many FIFAs over the years, but not this one. So this one came in a bundle with some other games. I played FIFA mainly at this time on PC, FIFA 98. I'm assuming with the 64, it really puts me at 97. So that'll have been when FIFA 98 came out, because they came out a year in advance, didn't they? So FIFA 98 was far better than this. I played that online so much more, so we didn't really play that one. If anything, the series I played, we will get onto in the Nintendo 64 era. I'm sure you can guess what it is. There's one that's a bit more expensive that had I can remember, we'll get on it. Then we've got FIFA 99 with that good old JVC Arsenal kit and Dennisberg amp on the front. Yes, I have played this one. This one is basically the same as FIFA 99. Played it so many times. So yes, we played FIFA. I'm not going to go about what a FIFA game is. We know what a FIFA game is. Nextly, one of the greatest games of all time. I have put so many hours into this. I went through them all on the different difficulties. So when you start, you've got Agent, Secret Agent, Double O Agent, and you would unlock. You didn't have to buy the DLC. You didn't have to buy cheats. You would unlock Big Head mode, Paintball mode. Can't even the Golden Guns. Can't even remember all the cheats, but it was just such a good game and had so much fun with Oddjob and Slapsony. True players know what I'm talking about. This is the game that I was going to bang on about before I got on there. International Superstar Soccer 64, and this is ISS, which eventually turned into Pro Evolution. I had this one. I also had, I think that there was it only 2 on the N64 ISS, and then I'm sure it was 2000. In ISS 2000 had the first, you know how FIFA has the story mode now where you're a player coming up. It had one of them, and I remember really enjoying playing it. It was Japanese, I think, developers, so it was like a sort of anime type one. I don't know, I might be remembering it wrong, but it's a bit more expensive. The second one, it didn't sell as many, so I'd love it in the collection, but I don't have it now. Anyone wants to send us it for free, you know what I mean? Pretty good. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1 at the minute. Jet Force Gemini. People rave about this one. Do you know what it is? What doesn't really, you can see it's not the best box, but Nintendo cardboard. I am peeing through the nose of this one because I didn't have this one as a kid. I haven't played this one. Jet Force Gemini is a game a lot of people like. I'm not into big bug shooting games. I know that sounds weird, but Earth Defense Force, where you're fighting giant ants, it takes me out of it somehow. I'm sure they're amazingly fun, and this is a rare game. It's supposed to be really good, not rare as in rareware, you know what I mean. So I've not played that one yet. Oh, how could we have not played Ocarina of Time? This is an amazing game. this was my first introduction to Zelda. If you don't know what Zelda Ocarina of Time is, I don't know why you're watching this video. You know what it is. It just blew me away the first time I played it. Absolutely blew me away. Going from Mega Drive to N64, hadn't played any of the Zelda games. Obviously, this was a big step up anyway. But yeah, we did it. We tried to collect all the pots and everything like that. Glass bottles, sorry, not pots. Anyway, I do need Majora's Mask. I had a really good copy of it, but I got it for a really good deal. Sold it for profit to buy other games. I know, stupid me, because it was chef kiss quality. That's a regret. Another regret as well is I should have Banjo-Kazooie, but before I had the games room, all this around me, I just assumed I had it. So I got an extra copy of it, thought it was a duplicate, sold it, and I don't have Banjo-Kazooie in my collection. Idiot. Mission Impossible. I'm not sure if it's the same as the PlayStation 1 version, but it is a great game. I love Mission Impossible. I streamed this quite recently, actually, within the last year, when I first got it, testing it out, and the part where you're doing the lasers and you're dangling and stuff is so funny, so hard to control. But I always remember it's an action third-person game, a bit more stealthy, not all guns blazing, and there's a part where you're in a sort of a reception, like at a hotel where there's drinks and guests, and you dress up as a waiter and stuff, very Hitman-esque, and that was really cool. That always sticks with me because it was different from other games at the time. Next game we have got better than GoldenEye. I love GoldenEye, but Perfect Dark was awesome. It was a sort of spiritual successor, first person shooter from Rare. They obviously didn't have the James Bond license anymore. Set in like sort of near future. There's an alien in it called Elvis who you can put in a waistcoat, an American waistcoat. A really cool game. Again, I mentioned this on a video I've just recorded for TikTok, actually. This requires the expansion pack, but it actually says for maximum gameplay, which makes you think you can play the game with not. I'm pretty sure when you play this game without the expansion pack, you play like a little multiplayer bit of it, and it's just a tiny bit of the game. And I'm sure I knew someone who thought that was the only game and hated Perfect Dark for ages because they thought that, but it wasn't. This was another game back in the day, blew our mind. Our minds were constantly being blown back in the day. The step up in technology was amazing. This is Pokemon Stadium, but the fact you got this transfer pack in, which I have, meant you could put your Pokemon Red or Blue in, and your Pokemon would go from your Game Boy game and be in the stadium to play in 3D. Amazing. And if you've not played this, there are some awesome mini games on it as well. I always remember there was one with a Lickitung. Can't remember, eating sushi. You had to eat the right sushi or something. I don't know, but there's some really cool mini games in that as well. We have played that one. Next one, we have got Rogue Squadron Star Wars. Great game. I have played this one. I tried actually, so I think there's a newer version. I'm not sure if it's called Rogue Squadron as well, or Rogue Squadron 2 on the PSVR, and it made me feel so motion sick. But this one is an awesome game. It is designed for N64 expansion pack, which means you can play it without, but I never played it without. I don't know if there's any difference. Just cool. Flying X-Wings and TIE fighters, and the armed fighters from Thailand. Haha. The game that I got with my N64 when I first came, and it made me think like, gaming is just amazing. Gaming can't get any better. They broke the mold for 3D platformer collectathon type games with their first try. Sonic had no chance. I was a Sonic fan, Mega Drive growing up, but got this and just loved it. Could never say that I loved Mario more than Sonic. It's not in me. But that game is just amazing. When you play it now, considering how much it holds up, it's great. When they did the 3D All-Stars, was it? I don't know if they changed it much, the controls. I don't think they would have to. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, first-person shooter where you're hunting dinosaurs and stuff like that. Really cool game. I always thought this was an N64 exclusive, but you can get these on PS2 and stuff now, can't you? But yeah, Turok's a great game. We have played that one. Wave Race 64, just what I'd say is a jet ski flying game, jet ski racing game. One of the early releases as well, so when they were still finding the way releases coming out. I always think there wasn't a huge sort of selection of games released on the N64, so it took a while for some games to come out. So you get games like that when you're waiting for them to come out, but it's a good one, nothing amazing. And then we get into some of the rest of the games are all wrestling games. And I've played them all. I grew up during the Attitude Era. Of course I watched wrestling. It was its best time. We had a WCW NWO Revenge, and it is a great game. WWE thought so they stole their publishers, and they got them to make, I can't remember which order they came out. Again, I played both of these. We got WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy. I think WrestleMania 2000 was first, and then No Mercy came out, and these were just perfection. The AEW games recently tried to get the same developers and match them, but there just seemed to be so much missing from them. These were just so much fun. However, there was a glitch, I'm pretty sure it was with No Mercy, and I had it, where your save file would get deleted. It's if you did a certain thing, and you would lose all of your collection, like of things that you'd unlocked, again, because you didn't have to pay for stuff back then. You unlocked them. And the last one we played is the worst wrestling game that I played for hours because I thought it was amazing, and at the time it was, because it was in 3D. It was WWF Warzone, which came from like Raw and Royal Rumble and stuff like that on the Mega Drive and N64, and this came out and it was 3D. Don't go back to play it. For a laugh, go back and play it, but it is a really bad game that hasn't stand the test of time. You can see why they stole WCW's publishers. Now, I thought that was it, but I've just realised I have got some unboxed N64 games, so let me quickly grab them. I will drop an edit in here in case my bum comes out. And I'm back, and the reason I realised is WCW NWO. There we go. WCW NWO World Tour. That was the first game that was created by them. Again, a bit bare bones, and they built on that. But yeah, we played on that one 2 bits. A game that is such a hard snowboarding game. Go back and play a snowboarding game. Play SSX Tricky. Great game. 1080. I still don't know how to do a 1080. You don't just press spin. You gotta press loads of the C buttons. Just a good snowboarding game. Try to have like sort of attitude and stuff like that. And was what it was. Good game. And the last game is a game I haven't played. Turok Rage Wars. It's obviously in the Turok series, but I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's just a multiplayer game or what, but we haven't played that one. So we have played most of them. So let's have a look. So there we go. 19 games I have played and 3 games I haven't for the N64. So we'll put it in with no, we won't. I do this every time. I've got myself on screen behind and I'm mirrored, and I do it every time. We will put there the current run of percentage of games. I think that will help me up my percentage of how many games I have played. We are getting towards the big guns. I'm trying to get all the systems out of the way before we get on to the PS2 and the 360, because we have nearly 2,000 games between those two, so they'll have to be broken up. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you especially to these lovely bastards. These are Patreons, and these help make the channel go and work and do all that stuff. Drop me a follow on TikTok, on Twitch, Retro Revival or retro.revival1. The links are all in my bio. Listen to my podcast, 30 Something Gamers. There's my shill. I left it to the end so you can just cut off if you don't. See you all in the next one.